Article 13 has passed. Is this the beginning of the end for internet freedom? You will hate this show, but I'm changing the title, so hopefully you won't hate future shows. Unless, of course, you just hate me, and, well, I guess that would mean you're watching anyway. I'm bringing this up because what happened to me recently is I tried to upload a video about W.C. Fields, and it got blocked for copyright issues. I used footage of W.C. Fields from 1940s. I don't know how it wouldn't be under the Fair Use Act because I followed all the legal rules about the Fair Use Act. Enough rambling. Let's get to this. If you're a content creator, you are already aware of Article 13. If not, you should be. The European Union passed this law that means you have to pay the original creator for using any kind of copyright material. This means memes are now illegal. Every show I have done in this series is now illegal. Using any kind of material you did not create is now illegal. That includes news media, gaming channels, movie review channels, even your Facebook and Instagram, and whatever social media platform you use could all be in jeopardy. I'm sure if you talk bad about Hitler, you're probably going to get arrested because this is just like Nazi Germany. This means that soon the USA will probably get involved, YouTube will probably comply in every country, and here's the bigger problem. YouTube is becoming the #1 media platform in the world. People are playing video games, advertised on YouTube, they're watching movies with good YouTube reviews, they're supporting other channels because they were mentioned by one of the bigger YouTubers. The Fair Use Act actually helps get the word out. For those of you who don't know, the Fair Use Act means you can use a small portion of copyrighted material if you are talking about it or integrating it into your... If you're teaching, there's really no set law for the Fair Use Act. What it is you're allowed to use small portions of copyrighted material if that's what your subject is about. For example, the news media can use an old clip from some 70s TV show if maybe one of the actors from that show recently passed. They could put together a little compilation and they wouldn't have to pay rights. The problem is that you have to fight this in court if you get sued. It's not like a set law that's written down that tells you you could do this. If you do it this way, it would be legal. It's just not set up that way. It's set up for you to... If you get sued, you have to go to court and prove that what you did was fair use. And most of us are not prepared to do that, don't have the backing to do that. Nobody wants to go to court. For example, like the clips I use should be covered under fair use because I'm talking about that subject. I'm promoting them for free, so the copyright owners, in theory, should let it go. Soon the internet will become boring and plain like a communist country if this Article 13 becomes nationwide. It's a serious deal. And I believe what they're doing is they're shutting down the voice of the free media, like the YouTubers that are doing news media in Europe are telling you the truth, but the media wants you to listen to their propaganda bullshit that they make up. And I'm not saying this in a way that it's fake news. I'm not claiming fake news. I'm just saying you're being brainwashed. You are being brainwashed by your television set. Just like that Frank Zappa song with a slime coming out of your TV set. That's true. That's true. It's really happening. Okay, so now I'm going off script, but let me get back to the point here. This affects what I've been doing. I could keep on going and take the risk that this doesn't happen in the US, or I could just change the format of my show now. I have a big decision to make, and unfortunately what I've been doing is going to be on hold for a while as I watch this play out. I know this doesn't really affect me and other YouTubers in the US, but YouTube will continue to tighten the grip on copyright issues to protect themselves. And you're already seeing it with what they're doing. What they did to my show, they blocked it. I'm sure other people are going through copyright issues. There's that guy that tried to test his mic and did test 1, 2, 3, and he got a copyright claim. but he fought it. Anytime it's something that's completely your material, you should always fight it. If it's not your material, if you're trying to go under the fair use, just do what I did. Just scrap the project altogether. Don't even give them the satisfaction of taking ad revenue from you. Just scrap it. Start over. Do something else. It's not worth the fight. It's really not. Unless you're making, unless you're getting over 1 million views on your channel. If it's like a lot of money and it's worth it to pay a lawyer and go for it, then you could fight it. But for the small time guys, I would recommend just scrap it. It's not worth the battle. So with YouTube doing this copyright apocalypse is what people are calling it, or internet, the end of the internet, our dark day for the internet, whatever you want to call it, I have to say, I don't mind YouTube doing this. I think I'm fine with it. They still offer a format for you and I to broadcast ourselves. We still have freedom of speech. We just can't use other works to help move the video along. And I'm okay with that. There are more creative ways to do things, and I feel like what I was doing took a lot of work, but was also the lazy way out. Now I'll be forced to be more creative, and that's a good thing. Thank you, YouTube, for not taking our voice away, and the European Union. But in all honesty, the way I see this playing out is I think YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media sites are going to pull out of the European Union. I don't think anybody living in Europe is going to have access to any of that social media because it takes way too much work to develop software or to try to regulate what's being copyrighted and what's not. I mean, when you're talking about audio, it's easy to put a copyright claim or set some kind of algorithm to catch that, like with music. But when you're talking about photos and videos without audio, it's a very difficult process. I mean, you almost have to have somebody, a team of people, like watching every single video for copyright, and no one's going to do that. Not even the companies are going to do that. So, I mean, that's one change I'm going to make on this channel, is when I do stuff, I'm just going to take out the audio. I'll just have the visual there, so it kind of slips through the algorithm that YouTube uses. And I have to admit, I'm testing the waters right now. I'm trying to see how far I can push the envelope. And I was doing that with the last 3 videos. Obviously, I found out that I can't go too far. And I'm not going to put all this work into something that might not even be able to be uploaded. So, this show is going to be taking quite a different direction. But it's okay. I'll be here. I hope you subscribe and you'll be here next time too. I have some new segments I'm working on. It's going to be good. It's a work in progress, but hopefully once I get down about 10 to 20 episodes, I can figure out really the direction that I'm going to go here. And this can all be pretty entertaining, at least to me. I could at least sit here and amuse myself if I'm not amusing you. If you're not entertained, I could at least entertain myself. And honestly, I'm okay with that too. So anyway, you be good, but not too good. I'll see you next time.